Okay, hi everybody. Thanks for joining us again. We have two special guests with us today.
Stop, August.
We have August and we have Georgia.
Okay.
So, since Angela, you're new on this, not new to this podcast, but a newer face since last time. I want to ask you, what do you wish you knew at age 18? August, yes. No scratching.
What I wish I knew, I think. I think maybe that family is more important than friends. Maybe I would say.
So expand on that. Like, what did you do when you were 18 with friends, and what you did with your family?
I think when I turned 18, it was still like fresh off of high school. So my high school years, I was more focused on friends than my family. I think because of like what we went through as kids. So I was more focused on my friends. And I think now I would focus more on my family than friends, I would say.
Okay, now what about your family? What'd you do? You just totally ignore them, or what?
I didn't totally ignore them, but I feel like I didn't really spend much time with my family, and I think with like my dad too. Spend more time with my dad and not argue over dumb stuff.
Yeah, I feel like once I turned 18, I basically, my mindset was like, I'm free. I can do anything I want. And at the same time, I felt like I was invincible because I had my friends I needed that always backed me up no matter what. And the world was my oyster. But, that's with a young mind. I wasn't really prepared or anything for it. It was just because that option was left available as freedom, then I use it as if I was rich, but no money. You can't do much without money.
At the age, man, $20, $50 goes a long way.
Yep.
Goes a long way. That could get a lot of McDonald's right there.
So one thing that I wish I knew when I was 18, I was pregnant, so I was like those teenage moms.
God damn.
I was pregnant at age 18. At age 18, I was pregnant with my oldest son, Darren. And I think one thing that I wish I knew at age 18 was that, I was already pregnant, so I couldn't change that. But I wish I didn't, I wish I wasn't pressured to get married. I feel like I was kind of pressured to getting married that, I feel like that's
so why were you pressured? Can you explain the viewers explain maybe what caused it, what pressure you, maybe cultural, whatever. Can you explain that?
I think in our Hmong culture, it's if you're pregnant, then you should get married to your baby daddy. However, me and the baby daddy, we were in good terms. However, I just wasn't ready to get married, but because I loved him and I was like, okay, well, everyone's saying that I had to do it, then I did it. Because they said that if I didn't, then I would have to like get an abortion and stuff like that. So I didn't want to do that. And so I felt like I was pressured to get married. However, I'll admit that towards the after like there was an incident that happened that we ended up not getting married, and then I ended up having Darren. And then I did end up going back to the dad and I got married because I felt like, okay, well, I was supposed to do that. So that's why I did it. But I wish that I didn't do that because I felt like life would have been so much more different for me if I didn't get married at an early age. The pregnancy, yes, it happened, but then it made me grow up fast, and it did make me become who I am today. So I wouldn't change that. It's just the marriage part that I would change.
So even though I was like a year younger than you, too, just a year younger, but then I saw it from a different point of view. The way I saw it was that you guys were really happy, but then when things had to get serious, the other party wasn't ready yet.
Yeah.
Because like even your ex-husband or whatever you consider.
Baby daddy.
Yeah.
I was like, Darren's dad.
Yeah.
Oh, vegetables.
My nephew's dad. So,
Yeah.
he himself wasn't ready to take all the responsibility, and I know that since you guys basically got married so young, you guys didn't get to enjoy freedom, because at age 18, that's when you can buy cigarettes, and I didn't start smoking until like later, maybe like 19, But it took a while. But then because of that freedom, I had that option to, if I want to try, I can try it. I didn't have to worry about, oh no, I'm gonna get my ass whooped by my parents or something, or my brother's gonna beat me up because doing bad things. But because I was 18, they were basically like, you're on your own. You mess up, that's your own fault. And being an adult now, I realized that when I was young, I had too much freedom. But that's just because I had no one to guide me.
Like for me, it's different. Like what you're saying, at age 18, you're supposed to have freedom. Even though I was married, I felt like I was, and then even after when I left, I felt like I couldn't be happy. And I secluded myself from the world, and I didn't get to do the things that you would think a normal 18-year-old or 18, 19, 20-year-old would do. I ended up just staying and just becoming a mother, and then just learn how to be a parent. All those clubbing, things like that, I never went. Actually, the first time I went was with Ba, when we were like...
She got hammered.
Yeah. I don't do well with
It's
alcohol.
only like one beer.
Yeah, I was like, that happens every time she drinks.
Yeah, I'm weak. But it's just that what I'm saying is that like I didn't get to enjoy my young years because I had to grow up so early. And if I was to enjoy it, I felt guilty. And so I just had to grow up so early, which I never really get to experience like the young life, I guess you can say, the party life.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing with our family too, though. I feel like because whatever happened to us when we were younger, I feel like we don't do certain things. Like I feel like let's just say hypothetically, if you didn't have, you weren't pregnant, and you didn't have to go through this route, I think you still wouldn't go clubbing and drinking though. It's because
No, I probably would. It's because it's kind of like you're old enough, and then you would go do those things. So it's like I can't say I'm a goody tissue. Like I probably would have went clubbing and drinking, because you're just enjoying, being able to actually party and do things, and you are kind of like an adult, and you're responsible for anything that you do. So I think I would have, honestly. But I'll keep going. What you're saying?
no, I was just saying because I didn't have I guess it's just different. I guess I see as like we like I guess like our females in our family are a little different from other females, where like we don't really drink, we don't really go out, we don't really do those certain things. So that's why I said that because I was 18 and I didn't have any responsibilities, but I didn't go clubbing, I didn't really go drinking, I didn't do those things, So that's why I said that maybe you wouldn't, because just because you didn't do it because of your reason, that doesn't mean that you would have done it. That's why I said that, because I didn't do it. I think it's because maybe when we're younger,
You're lying. You did go clubbing and partying and drinking.
No, that wasn't my younger years. That was because I went through whatever I went through when I got married.
Just
That's
to
why
let
I
you
did
guys
that.
know, it's a good thing you guys didn't do the clubbing stuff, because if you guys did, I wouldn't have. I would be so weird. I used to go all the time, like every single day. They knew me as Aldo's.
Wednesday, Asian nights.
I don't go just Wednesdays. I
You
go
go
every day. I was a promoter,
Damn.
but it was fun for me. I like to dance. I just go there and dance, and then I like to hype up crowds, and that was just my thing. Me and my friends, that's just what we did. It was fun for me.
I've actually never went to Aldo's. I don't even know how it looks
Me
like.
either.
I mean, I probably went like
the
passed
outside?
by it, and it looks like this little small shack.
It's fun when you're 18.
Oh, because it's something different.
It's fun when you're 18. I think that's.
I think it's smaller than like back
It gives
then.
you like a little glimpse of,
And
a little taste of
adulthood,
the club
guess.
life.
Yeah.
when back then, remember when it was a big thing where it was like you did parties like in a garage
Yeah.
at people's house. So basically, it was that, right? It's just with alcohol.
Yeah, and at a place that you can be as loud as you want.
Yeah.
So basically the same thing. Because every time I went clubbing, it was always my same friends. You might get your new clubbers, and we spot them right away. You know, like, oh, there goes that fresh meat.
Yeah, fresh meat. But for the most part, you see like normal faces.
Yeah.
But it's just you and your friends. You're just so into it, and nothing matters besides you and your friends just hyping up the crowd, just getting loose and whatever.
Yeah, I used to go up to other guys and be like, hey, come here, bro. I'll teach you how to dance, so you can get some girls. I used to be that type. Just because I was always like hyper, and then I was always like, I want to hype up people. I see people sitting down, I make fun of them, so they get them up to dance. And then I'll be like the first one on the dance floor. But nowadays, I'm like, no, I'm too old. I don't want to take the floor from everybody, all these young bucks.
Where do you think you got your extrovert from? Did you?
I got it from my best friend, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before that, I was still more introvert. I really can care less about other people because I know that they really. There's a lot of people that they make bad decisions, so I started to choose a crowd that made decisions that I want to go towards that direction. Because they didn't. I mean, they drank, but nothing crazy. I mean, we didn't go like drink and get crazy and start fights and stuff. We just drink to have a better time.
What about you, Ba?
18 at age 18.
Yeah.
I will say I wish I knew what I want to do as a career, as a life.
You wanted to start your career at age 18?
No, not start my career, but like have an idea what I wanted to do. Like, let's say a mechanic, it could be a teacher, whatever it is, so that, when you go have your fun, and once that fun is done, you're back to that grinding mindset where you knew what you want to do growing up as a kid or whatever. But mine, I was like, I was the same kind of mindset with Jerry. You go to college, you're just taking the general education, and once class is done, hey, where we going? What's the party at? Or where we're going? And he's just so focused with that environment, the social life, and then it's like you really just go to school because you just sign up and you're just going through the motion, and then it's kind of like now you just kind of do it for fun because you meet so many people during your college life. And then I wish I knew what I wish I knew what I wanted. Not right away dive into my career, but at least, hey, this is what I want to become, whatever it is. And when it's playtime, it's playtime. And when it's grind time, it's grind time.
Yeah. I think one thing that I also wish I knew was, like, you didn't have to, I feel like there is a, like, circle of life or that, like, people promote where you go to school. After you go to school, you go to college. After you go to college, you go get a really good paying job. And after you get a really good paying job, then you retire because you saved and, have a retirement plan. And then you die. And then you go and repeat that, go back to school, and so on and so forth. But I wish I knew that that wasn't the only options that we have. And I wish I focused more on an entrepreneur mindset, a different mindset where I saw that I would have seen life in a different way. Like now, how I feel like right now, I wish I was like this at age 18, where I could start saving money. I start to be more responsible and start kind of like preparing myself for a like wonderful life, have a business already, or like just be successful where I don't have to work so hard to get to where I am. Like right now, I don't have a degree, and I've been trying to go to college. And every time when I'm in college, something always happens. Life always happens. I end up not going back. And then so eventually, I was like, you know what? College is not going to be a thing that's going to work for me. So I decided to just go work for the state. And however, the state is a good place to work at, it's not a place that I want to be forever. And I want to like grow, and I wish that at age 33 I have something that I can call my own, like my own business, or something that I'm so successful at, and I feel like I'm not even there yet. So I wish I knew this at age 18, so that I could have like at least be somewhere now.
But so I feel like I basically did everything you guys couldn't. You know, because I didn't have kids. I got to have my freedom. I got to do the clubbing. I did all the drinking. I used to like slam 30 cases by myself. But then that was because I was young, irresponsible. I mean, I was responsible, but like I didn't have any responsibilities to have to worry about other people and stuff, or other kids. And then, like, at the time, I was still living with my dad, too. So it was like I always had a place to call home. So I could just go out all night and come back whenever. But then at the same time, you know, we are different, you know, because of that. Because I got to enjoy my freedom. I mean, you guys probably don't mind go clubbing and drinking stuff, having fun. Me, I'm just like, I'm already done with that life. I don't want to go back. It brings me back, like, too good of memories. You know? I start like, oh, yeah, let's do it.
It's like that movie. What's that movie? The one with Will Ferrell.
Oh, Bad Cop?
No
Other
way.
Guys?
Something about his
The Other Guys?
his pimp
Yeah.
side comes out.
Yeah.
Gator Dome, this
I
and
think it's the
that.
other guys.
Yeah, I feel like that. Because, you know, it's like he became such a good person, and then when you find out his, like, backstory, it's like, oh, my God, this guy.
He was
straight
a
up.
pimp.
I love Will Ferrell. He's like one of my favorite actors.
And, like, even my wife now, you know, I told her, I was like, you're lucky, you know, I wasn't trying to pursue you when I was at that age, because then I would have destroyed your heart, you know. But then now, since I got smarter and more mature, I was like, you got the nice side of me, the more mellow and, like, more understanding.
That's true.
More harder working. But back then, you know, money wasn't a thing for me. You know, I didn't care about it. I didn't need it. I know how to have fun without it. And even my friends, they were like always supportive. So, you know, we feed off each other. But then, you know, that's just because at age of 18, we didn't have much guidance. Because I grew up with you guys, with the girls.
Yeah.
And then because you guys were so like, oh, girls got to do this and that. You know, they got to learn how to cook and clean all the time. And boys are just like, you just have to go work.